So should college textbooks be free or more affordable? This is a question I find myself asking a lot. As the college students didn't have enough to worry about with registration and paying for classes, they have to worry about buying textbooks as well. According to an article done by USA News, textbook prices have actually gone up 82% in the last decade. So our college students are suffering all over the nation because of this. Some students are even going as far as saying as they would much rather not even purchase a textbook and risk their grade than to actually pay for the textbooks because they're just too high. The prices are too high. This is actually proven by a survey done by Huffington Post News. They say that 62% of students have actually not purchased a textbook simply because the textbook prices are too high. So today we're going to talk about the alternatives that students have, and I'm going to say how those alternatives are still pricey, and then I will introduce a new alternative that I think would help students out a lot. So at textbooks, we have a few alternatives. The first alternative that you have is that you can actually rent your textbook. You can go out and rent a textbook, but if you look at it, that alternative is actually still very pricey. You are basically paying all this money to, in the end, not even keep the textbook at the end of the semester. So I think that this is a very still pricey alternative, and I think that it's ridiculous to pay so much high prices for a textbook that you don't even get to keep. The other alternative is that students can actually buy used textbooks. This is what I did with these textbooks. I purchased them used, but they have already been marked in them, and I already have other student notes in them. So I don't think that this is a very good alternative to have, especially because they already have markings in it, and I don't want other people's notes in them. So I want a new book, and the only reason why I didn't get a new book was because it was $30 cheaper, and I didn't have the $30. So again, this is another alternative, but again, it's not very price efficient. So the other alternative that students have is ebooks, where you can actually buy your books online and get those and have those on your tablets or on your laptop. But again, those ebooks have many problems, and a lot of students don't like them because they just are not used to having a book on their tablet. So I purchased an ebooks once and I did not like it at all. Reason being was because I had to have internet to have access to the ebook, and so I needed an internet, and when I was in the car or somewhere else, I couldn't access my ebook. So that's a downfall of the ebooks, but again, it's another alternative, and students are saying that even though it is cheaper, there is a lot of problems with it. So the alternative that I have that I think would help students out a lot would be where if I would just want to rent books, then I would leave a $100 deposit at the bookstore, and then I would leave my credit card on file, and then after that I could then return them out on the deadline, and if I was to return them on the deadline, then I would get the $100 back that I made at the deposit. If I was to go past that deadline, then I would have to leave those $100 or pay a fine. After that, if the book was damaged or there was anything wrong with it, if there was any markings, then I would also have to pay a fine for that. Or if the book was stolen or lost, then I would have to pay the full price for all the books. So that's the other alternative that I think colleges should adopt, and it would help college students a lot more. So I think that's a good alternative to have. And so with that being said, is there any questions? Yes?
Do you think that any colleges will adopt your idea?
I do think that colleges will adopt my idea, but it just needs time. So I think that colleges will adopt it.
How much do you spend on college's books?
I spend on average $500 on textbooks in one semester alone. So yeah, I do believe that textbooks are pricey, and there should be alternatives for students in order to purchase textbooks because they are such important tools for students.